Welcome back to the BS Coins world, everyone. Today, we're diving into an intriguing topic that has collectors and coin enthusiasts buzzing. The 2001 D North Carolina quarter. Could this unassuming quarter actually be worth $1 million? Let's find out what makes this coin so special and whether you might have one hidden away in your collection. Now, before we jump into the $1 million potential, let's go over the basics of the North Carolina quarter. The United States Mint released it in 2001 as part of the popular 50-state quarters program. This program highlighted all 50 states, with a unique design for each state's coin. For North Carolina, the quarter commemorates the famous 1903 flight of the Wright brothers at Kitty Hawk, showcasing an image of their first flight with the words "First Flight" above it. A pretty cool design, right? But what makes the 2001 D North Carolina quarter stand out? After all, millions of these were minted. The key lies in its mint mark, condition, and certain unique qualities. For those who might be new to coin collecting, let's clarify what a mint mark is. Coins are produced in different mints across the country, and the mint mark tells you where it was made. For the 2001 D North Carolina quarter, the D stands for the Denver Mint. Now, the Denver Mint produced over 200 million North Carolina quarters, so they're not exactly rare in the way we might expect. However, the key to finding a valuable coin is often about condition. Collectors look for coins in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins that have never been in circulation, meaning they've never been used as money in day-to-day transactions, are usually graded higher. And this is where the value can increase dramatically. One important term to know is MS67, or Mint State 67. This grading indicates a nearly flawless coin, free of any major scratches, marks, or wear. In 2001 D North Carolina quarters, an MS67 coin can already be worth hundreds of dollars. But what if you have one that's graded even higher? Some reports suggest that finding a 2001 D North Carolina quarter in absolutely pristine condition, potentially graded as MS68 or even MS69, could push its value even higher, into thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. And for the rarest, most perfect examples, collectors might even be willing to pay upwards of six figures. That's right, this means a single quarter could be worth $100,000 or more if it meets all the right criteria. But where does this $1 million idea come from? Well, the $1 million price tag is often speculative and assumes an extremely rare or unique error or variation on the coin. Errors in minting, like double dies or off-center strikes, can make coins much rarer and more desirable to collectors. If a 2001 D North Carolina quarter was discovered with a significant error or a unique feature, it could drive the value up astronomically, potentially even reaching that elusive $1 million mark. Now, before you start digging through your coin jars or running to your safe, let's be clear. Not every 2001 D North Carolina quarter will fetch these prices. Most circulated quarters are worth just 25 cents or maybe a little more if they're in better shape. The high-value coins are the exception, not the rule. The real value comes in rare condition grades, unique errors, or certain qualities that are incredibly difficult to find. So, how can you find out if your 2001 D North Carolina quarter is worth a fortune? The first step is to look at its condition. If it's shiny, free from major scratches, and looks almost brand new, you might have something valuable. Next, you'll want to consult a professional coin grader or an expert who can determine its exact grade. Organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation can give your coin an official grade, which is essential for determining its true value. Remember, coin collecting can be a fun and rewarding hobby, but it's also a specialized field. If you're thinking about investing in coins or selling a potentially valuable one, do your research and connect with reputable professionals. They can help you understand the real market value and avoid common pitfalls. So, is it likely that you'll find a 2001 D North Carolina quarter worth $1 million? Probably not. But could it be worth thousands? Absolutely, especially if it's in top condition or has an error. In the world of rare coins, you never know what you might find, so it's always worth taking a second look at your collection. We have something really exciting to talk about: the incredibly rare 1965 No Mint Mark Washington quarter. Believe it or not, there is one of these quarters out there worth an astonishing $1.1 million. That's right, a simple quarter, 25 cents, potentially worth more than $1 million. Stick around as we dive into what makes this coin so special, how to identify it, and why collectors are going crazy over it. Let's start by going back to 1965. In this year, the United States Mint was going through some big changes. It was a period when silver was being removed from most circulating coins. Before 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver. But in 1965, the mint switched to a copper-nickel blend due to rising silver costs. This meant that quarters from 1965 and beyond were no longer made of silver, with a new composition designed to make production cheaper. However, it was also a time of high demand for coins, leading to some rushed processes, and that's where our story gets interesting. You're probably wondering, what's so special about this specific 1965 quarter? Well, it all comes down to one particular quarter that somehow ended up being struck on a 90% silver planchet instead of the new copper-nickel composition. This coin is an error, likely made by accident, and it's incredibly rare. The United States Mint was phasing out silver planchets at the time, but somehow this one slipped through and was minted with the 1965 design. Because of this mistake, this quarter is now a one-of-a-kind collector's item. Its silver content and unique error make it not only highly desirable but also extremely valuable. So how do you tell if you've got one of these rare silver quarters from 1965? First, let's go over a couple of quick checks. Hold the quarter's edge up to a light. If you see a copper-colored ring along the edge, that's a clear sign it's made from the usual copper-nickel blend and not silver. But if there's no copper ring and it looks silver all the way through, you might have a silver planchet error. Another method is to weigh the coin. A copper-nickel 1965 quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams, but a silver one would weigh around 6.25 grams. You could even get it authenticated by a professional grading service if you think you've got something special. Now here's where it gets exciting. Because of its rarity and historical value, this silver 1965 quarter has been valued at up to $1.1 million. Yes, $1.1 million for a quarter. Collectors are always on the lookout for error coins like this because they represent rare mistakes from the mint, making them a unique piece of history. Auction houses have shown that rare coin errors, especially on silver planchets from the 1965 transition period, are in high demand. The rarity and condition of a coin always affect its value, so if you have this quarter in mint or near mint condition, it's even more desirable. If you're a coin collector or just someone who checks their pocket change, this isn't the only error coin worth keeping an eye out for. Coins like the 1970 S small date Lincoln penny, the 1969 S double die penny, and the 1943 copper penny have all become famous for their unique errors and high values at auction. But, of course, today's star is the 1965 Washington quarter on a silver planchet. It's truly one of a kind, and if you're lucky enough to find one, you could be holding a fortune in your hand. Thanks for tuning in and exploring the world of rare coins with me. If you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more coin tips, history, and valuations. Let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a rare coin or if you're going to start checking your quarters. You never know, you might just be holding $1 million treasure. We're diving into one of the rarest and most valuable quarters out there, the 1983 P Mint Mark Washington quarter. This humble coin is sparking huge interest in the collector's market, and believe it or not, it's currently valued at a jaw-dropping $1.20 million. So, what's so special about this quarter? Why is it worth so much? And how can you tell if you've got one in your own collection? Let's break it down. First, a little background. This 1983 Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, hence the P Mint mark, which you can find just under the word Liberty on the front of the coin. Now, 1983 wasn't an especially remarkable year in terms of coin production, but a few unique factors came together to make the 1983 P quarter highly collectible and rare. In 1982 and 1983, the U.S. Mint didn't produce any official mint sets. This means that collectors didn't have the opportunity to get high-quality, uncirculated quarters directly from the mint like they could in other years. Instead, the only 1983 quarters were those that went into circulation, and over the years many of these coins have worn down or been damaged as a result of everyday use. The lack of mint sets combined with heavy circulation makes it incredibly difficult to find 1983 quarters in good condition, but here's the kicker: high quality or gem state. 1983 P quarters are the ones that collectors and experts are hunting for And these are the coins that can reach astronomical values in the market. To give you an idea of what gem state means, it's a term used to describe coins that are in pristine or near pristine condition. Coins with a sharp strike, full original luster, and minimal to no wear or marks. Only a few 1983p quarters meet these standards, which is why they are so valuable. A well-preserved 1983p quarter with a high grade from a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC can reach incredible prices at auction. We're talking hundreds of thousands or even up to $1.2 million in some cases for the absolute best examples. So if you're lucky enough to find a 1983p quarter in your collection or even in your pocket change, here's what to look for. You want a coin with no visible scratches, dings, or where a strong strike with clear details and a shiny uncirculated look is essential. The better the condition, the higher the potential value. If you think you have one of these gems, it's worth getting it professionally graded. That way you'll have a verified assessment of its condition and grade, which could open doors to selling it at auction or to collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for such a rare find. But even if your 1983p quarter isn't in perfect gem condition, it can still be worth significantly more than face value. Some of these quarters in about uncirculated or even very fine condition can fetch decent prices, especially as interest in 1983 quarters continues to grow. To sum it up, the 1983p mint mark Washington quarter has become a highly sought-after coin, mainly because of its scarcity in gem condition. So take a close look through your collection or pocket change, because you never know, you might be holding a quarter worth of fortune. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the BS Coins World for more updates on rare coins and collectibles. See you next time, and happy collecting. We're diving into the fascinating story behind the 1998 D Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin that's creating a buzz in the coin collecting world. You heard that right. This quarter coin, originally worth just 25 cents, is now valued at over $1 million. So what makes this coin so special? Let's find out. The Washington $quarter has a long and respected history in the United States. First introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, it became a staple in American currency. While most Washington quarters are fairly common, certain years and mint marks can add significant value. But few are as valuable as the 1998 D Mint Mark $quarter, which has turned into a prized collectible. Let's talk about what makes this particular coin so rare and valuable. First up is its mint mark. The D Mint mark on this quarter indicates it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of several U.S. mints that produces coins. While millions of quarters were made at the Denver Mint in 1998, very few of them meet the rare conditions collectors are looking for. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting, and a flawless coin from this era can be nearly impossible to find. For a coin to reach this level of value, it must meet strict grading standards. Most coin grading companies, like PCGS or NGC, rate coins on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect mint condition. Coins rated in high grades, especially those close to 70, can fetch a premium price. For the 1998 D Washington $quarter, coins in the highest grades with no scratches, blemishes, or discolorations are the ones selling for such high amounts. These pristine coins are almost as if they just came off the minting presses yesterday. You might be wondering how a coin from 1998, which wasn't all that long ago, could be worth this much. It all comes down to supply and demand. Coins are like historical artifacts. They hold stories, memories, and craftsmanship. But with each year that passes, fewer of these flawless coins remain in circulation. People accidentally spend them, they get damaged, and eventually the remaining coins in top condition become increasingly scarce. When collectors realize just how rare an item has become, the market can drive prices up rapidly. Another reason for the high value of the 1998 D Washington quarter is the sheer popularity of Washington quarters among collectors. Washington quarters are iconic, and the series is one of the most collected in the world. So when a high-grade, rare Washington quarter comes up for sale, it's not uncommon for collectors to go to great lengths to add it to their collection. For some collectors, filling that last missing piece is worth any price. This sense of exclusivity and competition among collectors pushes the coin's value into the millions. It's important to note that while some listings claim values over $1 million, not all 1998 D Mint Mark quarters are worth that much. If you have one, take a close look. Is it in mint condition? Is it graded by a reputable coin grading company? Without these characteristics, it's likely worth far less than the top market prices. But if you're lucky enough to have a flawless specimen, you could be holding on to something incredibly valuable. So, how can you find out if your 1998 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar is worth a fortune? Start by examining it carefully for any imperfections. Look for wear and tear, scratches, and signs of circulation. If it's in excellent condition, consider sending it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These companies have experts who will grade your coin and determine its true value. You'll get a certificate of authenticity, which is essential if you want to sell it at the highest possible price if you're looking to buy a 1998 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar for your collection. Be sure to purchase from reputable dealers. Make sure the coin has been professionally graded and certified to ensure you're getting what you pay for. The coin market can be tricky, and there are counterfeit coins out there. So always do your homework and buy from trustworthy sources. Let's recap what makes the 1998 D Mint Mark Washington quarter so valuable. First, the condition is key. Only those in mint condition are worth the big bucks. Second, the scarcity of high-grade examples drives up demand and prices. And finally, the popularity of Washington quarters among collectors has created a market willing to pay a premium whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting. The story of the 1998 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar is a great example of why coin collecting can be so exciting. A simple quarter, often overlooked in our pocket change, can turn out to be a valuable piece of history worth over $1 million. We're diving into a fascinating coin that's been sparking conversations all over: the 2015 D Mint Mark quarter dollar. Some claims online say it's worth up to $1.4 million. But is there any truth to that claim? Let's dig in. First, let's get a little background. The 2015 D quarter was part of the America the Beautiful series. The D on the coin indicates that it was minted in Denver. These quarters were made in fairly large numbers, just like most circulating coins, so there wasn't anything out of the ordinary with production. But why are people saying it could be worth $1.4 million? The truth is, in the coin collecting world, several factors determine a coin's value. These include rarity, demand, errors, and the condition of the coin, often called its grade. For the 2015 D quarter, there hasn't been any major known minting error that would cause it to be valued anywhere near $1 million. In fact, most 2015 D quarters that are in average circulation condition are only worth their face value, about 25 cents. Even in higher uncirculated grades, the coin typically sells for just a few dollars to collectors. Now, you may wonder if there's ever been a quarter worth close to $1 million. The answer is yes. Some quarters, like the 1796 draped bust quarter or the 1916 standing Liberty quarter in top condition, can fetch hundreds of thousands or even millions. But these are historically rare coins, often from very limited mintages or containing rare minting errors. So what about those videos and posts claiming that a 2015 D quarter is worth $1.4 million? Many of these are misunderstandings or exaggerated claims. Sometimes, collectors mistake a normal coin for a rare variety or simply misunderstand online price guides. Others might be hoping that they have an exceptionally rare find. Remember, unless a coin has an unusual error, extremely high grade, or significant rarity, it's unlikely to reach anywhere near that price. So if you come across a 2015 D quarter, by all means hang on to it, but don't expect it to be worth a fortune. It's always good to check your change, as rare finds do happen. Just make sure to research each claim and avoid the hype around unverified prices. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed learning more about coin collecting and want to stay up to date on the latest rare finds and numismatic news, make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Let us know what coins you'd like us to talk about next. We're diving into an incredible find in the world of coin collecting: the 1990 D Mint Mark quarter that has shocked collectors with a value potentially reaching up to $1.5 million. That's right, just one of these rare quarters could be worth more than most people's homes. So, what makes this coin so valuable, and why are collectors willing to pay such a high price? Stick around to find out. Now, let's start with some background. The 1990 D Mint Mark quarter was produced at the Denver Mint, as you can tell from the small D mark found just under the date. For most quarters, this mint mark alone doesn't usually mean a high value. But for the 1990 D quarter, there's something special. One of the reasons this coin is so rare is due to a striking error. Minting errors are any mistake made during the coin production process, and they're a big deal in the world of coin collecting. While these errors can sometimes be tiny and unnoticeable, certain errors are very rare, which can make a coin's value skyrocket. For the 1990D quarter, the error in question is a unique overstrike that was never supposed to make it into circulation. That's what's turned this ordinary-looking quarter into a prized collectible worth up to $1.5 million. So, how can you tell if you have the specific error coin? Look closely at the quarter's surface. If you notice any unusual doubling or overlapping in the design, it's worth taking it to an expert. This particular error can show slight misalignments on either the date or other design elements, making it different from a standard quarter. It's important to verify this with a professional to make sure it's the genuine 1990D mint mark error coin. Why the huge price tag? For collectors, scarcity drives value. With very few of these error coins confirmed to exist, demand far outweighs the supply, pushing the price to unprecedented levels. Additionally, the appeal of owning a one-of-a-kind coin with historical importance can be irresistible to collectors and investors alike. Add to this the fact that grading plays a big role in pricing. Coins graded at a higher level, especially in perfect or near-perfect condition, can fetch a much higher price. A mint-state 1990D quarter with this particular error is what can hit that incredible $1.5 million mark. If you have any 1990D mint mark quarters lying around, it might be time to examine them carefully. A valuable find like this can change someone's life. Be sure to check for any unusual features or errors. And, if you're serious about selling, consider getting a certified evaluation from a trusted grading service. Remember, condition is key in determining the coin's ultimate value. So, there you have it, the story behind the ultra-rare 1990D mint mark quarter that's making waves in the coin world. Who knew a simple pocket change quarter could be worth so much? If you enjoyed learning about this hidden treasure and want more insights into valuable coins and collectibles, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. Did you know that a simple $quarter from 1985 could potentially be worth up to $1.6 million in the right market? Yes, you heard that right. A quarter, a coin you might have lying around, could be worth a life-changing amount of money. So, what's the story behind this 1985D mint mark quarter? And why is it so valuable? Let's dive in. The 1985 quarter features George Washington, a design that's been around since 1932. But what makes the 1985D special is its unique mint mark. In 1985, the Denver Mint, represented by the letter D, produced quarters that can sometimes have unexpected variations and errors. These small differences are what collectors look for. Collectors and experts have found that certain 1985D quarters have unique errors or misprints. These errors can be almost invisible to the untrained eye, but coin enthusiasts know they're there. Some of these errors might involve slight shifts in the mint mark or unusual wear patterns. And when these variations are rare enough, they can make a coin incredibly valuable. Now, you might be wondering who would pay such a high price for one quarter. The answer lies in the world of coin collecting. Coins like this are highly prized by collectors because of their rarity and historical significance. When collectors are eager to complete a collection or secure a unique item, they're often willing to pay big money. As one coin expert puts it, rare quarters like these don't just represent money. They're a piece of history, a tangible connection to the past, and a unique collectible. Alright, so you're probably wondering if you have one of these coins. Here's what you need to know to identify if your 1985D quarter might be worth something extraordinary. First, examine the mint mark closely. Look for any irregularities, like a misaligned D or an unusual mark. Second, look for where that doesn't match the age of the coin. And finally, consult with a coin appraisal expert who can help confirm any unique features your quarter might have. So, whether you're a coin enthusiast or just curious, it's always worth taking a close look at your change. Who knows, you might just have a 1985D quarter that's worth a fortune. Imagine finding out that a coin worth 25 cents could bring you $1.6 million. Now that's a story worth sharing. We have something exciting and quite surprising to talk about. We're diving deep into the world of rare coins and focusing on one specific coin that's causing quite a buzz among collectors. That's right, we're talking about the rare 2000 P Maryland State Quarter. And get this, it's worth an astounding $1.7 million. Now you might be wondering how a simple quarter could be valued so high, and I'm here to tell you all about it. So let's get into it. First, let's start with a bit of background. In 1999, the U.S. Mint began releasing a series of quarters, each representing one of the 50 states. Maryland's quarter was released in the year 2000, featuring a design that celebrates the state's history and unique characteristics. On the reverse, you'll see an image of the Maryland State House in Annapolis, which is the oldest state capitol in continuous legislative use, and it's topped with the largest wooden dome in the United States. Surrounding it are oak leaf clusters symbolizing Maryland's state tree, the white oak. The quarters were minted in 3 main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint produced its own version, which is how we got coins with mint marks like the 2000 P. The P here stands for Philadelphia Mint. While millions of Maryland quarters were produced, most of them are worth the standard 25 cents. However, a few quarters from the Philadelphia Mint stand out due to rare errors and unique characteristics. So how does a 2000 Maryland quarter end up being worth $1.7 million? The answer lies in its rarity and the error it contains. Coin collectors know that mint errors are highly sought after, and the 2000 P Maryland quarter has a few variations that make it extremely valuable. One of the most famous errors involves a double die strike. This means that during the minting process, the coin was struck twice, with the die creating a subtle but noticeable doubling effect on certain details. It could be on the letters, numbers, or parts of the design like the State House dome or the oak leaf clusters. This double die effect is not something you'll see every day, and it's considered a minting mistake that was unintended. However, collectors love these types of errors because they're one-of-a-kind pieces that stand out from the millions of regular quarters out there. Another variation that makes some 2000 P Maryland quarters so valuable is what's called the extra leaf error. In this error, an extra oak leaf appears on the design due to a minting defect. There's also the possibility of strike-through errors where foreign objects like grease or debris get struck onto the coin's surface during minting, creating unique patterns or marks. Now let's talk about the million-dollar question. Why would someone be willing to pay $1.7 million for this particular coin? For one, this specific quarter has multiple rare errors that are almost impossible to find together on a single coin. Imagine owning a coin that's not only rare but also has such unique flaws. It's a dream for any serious collector. This particular 2000 P Maryland quarter is considered a 1 in a million find. It's often about rarity and demand when it comes to these types of valuations. The $1.7 million price tag isn't just because of the errors themselves. It's about the combination of these factors. Some collectors are willing to pay enormous sums for coins that they see as ultimate prizes in the collecting world. If you're thinking about checking your own Maryland quarters for any signs of these errors, here are a few tips. First, grab a magnifying glass and check out the details of the coin. Look closely at the text and numbers to see if there's any doubling. Check around the oak leaves to spot any extra marks or shapes that look out of place. Also pay attention to any unusual dents or patterns on the surface, as these could be strike-through errors. Be mindful though. Finding these rare errors is a matter of luck and rarity. Most Maryland quarters won't have these mistakes and are still valued at face value. However, if you do happen to find one with even a minor error, it could still be worth a few $100s or more. Let's talk a bit about why rare coins in general hold such high value. Coins like this 2000 P Maryland quarter are valued highly because of their historical context, uniqueness, and the thrill of rarity. Every error or variation tells a story about how it was minted and what makes it different from other coins. We're exploring one of the most talked about coins in recent years, the 2016 P Mint Mark quarter dollar. Believe it or not, this coin has taken collectors by storm and is said to be worth an astounding $1.8 million in some circles. Let's get into the details of what makes this coin so valuable, how you can identify one, and why it's causing such a buzz among collectors and enthusiasts alike. First, a little background on the 2016 P Mint Mark quarter dollar. This coin is part of the America the Beautiful series that features designs showcasing national parks and landmarks across the United States. Each year, the U.S. Mint releases several quarters in this series, and in 2016, they released quarters highlighting Shawnee National Forest in Illinois, Cumberland Gap in Kentucky, Harper's Ferry in West Virginia, Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota, and Fort Moultrie in South Carolina. Why is the 2016 P Mint Mark quarter dollar worth up to $1.8 million? It all comes down to its rarity and condition. When it comes to valuable coins, rarity is key. While millions of these quarters were minted, only a small number have been found in pristine condition. Coins that receive high grades from professional grading services, those with little to no signs of wear, scratches, or other imperfections, are particularly sought after. In fact, it's these top-condition coins that can command such incredible prices. Another reason behind the high value of this quarter is the growing interest in error coins. Minting errors can sometimes occur during production, resulting in coins with unique characteristics. Errors could include off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet flaws. The 2016 P-Mint Mark quarter dollar has been known to feature some of these errors, and collectors go crazy for them. Certain types of errors are extremely rare, and that rarity only drives up the coin's value even further. If you're wondering how to spot one of these potentially valuable quarters, start by looking at the overall condition of the coin. A perfect or near-perfect 2016 P-Mint Mark quarter will have sharp details, a flawless surface, and a bright luster. You'll want to use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to carefully inspect the details. It's also helpful to check for any possible minting errors, which can dramatically increase the coin's worth. If you believe you have a valuable specimen, consider sending it to a grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation to get an official assessment of its condition. Finally, let's talk about where you can sell a valuable 2016 P-Mint Mark quarter dollar. High-end auction houses and online marketplaces are common places to sell rare coins. Many serious collectors frequent coin shows and online platforms like eBay and Heritage Auctions, which is one of the biggest names in coin auctions. Keep in mind that fees may apply when selling through these platforms, but they can give you access to buyers willing to pay top dollar for rare coins in exceptional condition. In summary, the 2016 P-Mint Mark quarter dollar is a remarkable coin for collectors and investors alike. With its rarity, potential minting errors, and the condition of each specimen being critical to its value, this coin could be worth a fortune. If you have one of these coins, check its condition carefully, consider professional grading, and decide whether to hold onto it or sell it at auction. Who knows, you could be holding on to a piece of change worth up to $1.80 million. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video on rare coins and collectibles. Let us know in the comments if you've come across a valuable coin or if you have any questions.